That's a battle for 11th, but it takes so long to get by the lap cars here. Once you start catching them, it's like you're in them forever.
Well, you got to be so cautious. The guy opens that bottom up, and you start in there, and then he turns down like we've seen it happen already 2 or 3 times. And, man, you clip him, and you're leading the race, and you're out of the race. You don't want that to happen.
Tony Stewart moving past Mike Wallace.
And, you know, we've seen Tony Stewart really run well here at Bristol and dominated this race, but just hadn't got it going yet this year.
Well, they're racing back for 34th position.
Remember, Tony Stewart was in the pits back on that second caution right around lap 23, so he has little fresher tires, but track position's a lot more important than fresh tires here, Darrell.
Yeah, he's trying to hang on to the lead lap, and he's only about 4 cars away from going a lap down.
Yeah, and here's Bill Elliott getting a lap down already, so Bill's in big trouble.
Bill Elliott getting a lap down, the 1988 winner here. Now that's 7-car pack of leaders. There's Bobby Hamilton and Kyle Petty, who started 8th today, the highest qualified of the Petty cars, which 2 of which tested well and all 3 qualified well.
They always right up there, but it is good to see Kyle running. He's running here in 6th position. This is a car they attempted to qualify at Rockingham. Of course, Kyle missing 2 races in a row after Daytona at Rockingham in Las Vegas. Here's a battle. Dale Earnhardt Jr. starting to slide backwards now. He lost the position to Jeff Gordon. Here he's going to lose position to Ricky Rudd. Bobby
There's
Labonte.
3 or 4 up right there. Hold your
They got
line.
him held on the high side.
Clear low. Back inside. Still there. He's got 2 with him. Still there. Still there inside. Down behind the 12. 12's next to you. Closing up. There inside. Still there.
No break in that traffic.
Still there
for
inside.
Dale
Just can't
Earnhardt
get to
Jr.
the bottom. That's his spotter, Ty Norris,
Yeah.
telling him, trying to hunt him a hole on the bottom of the racetrack.
What happened is his car's gotten real loose, and he just couldn't run up on down on the bottom. He had to move up a little bit. When he did, here they all come. Several cars have gotten that way. They can't keep them on the bottom. They're so loose, and they're moving up the middle of the corner and getting past.
Well, we got a spin on the backstretch. Kurt Busch, I believe, in the 97.
Oh, and he just barely caught Rusty Wallace, and Rusty saved it. He just tipped Rusty trying to get around him.
I think he may have done some damage to Rusty's left rear, but I don't think it was substantial. But I believe he may have knocked Rusty's left rear down.
4th caution of the day. It comes at lap 78.
We've run 78 laps. I'm going to say our leaders will be on pit road. They'll get them 4 tires here. Be a good time to adjust on those cars. They need a little adjusting. We've had quite a bit of caution laps. Rusty's car looks pretty clean right there.
Boy, watch this car. It just starts spinning off this corner, and it goes down the back here. It gets around, hits the end of this wall, and, man, it just shoots it right up there. And, oh, I know Rusty Wallace had to be thanking his stars.
He might have just ticked the left rear.
He did clip him, but
car.
I can see smoke coming off of Rusty's car as he comes down pit lane. I think he cut that tire down.
Pit road, a busy place here on the front straightaway. Steve Burns.
Kevin Harvick is a bit free off the corner. They're going to take a ½ pound off the right rears. We also see Sterling Marlin. 4-tire change for Kevin Harvick. 29 is down and away. Looks like he's going to beat Mark Martin out. 16.2 for Harvick, and a 6 still in. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
A little bit of trouble on the left rear by Robbie Fuller. The tire was flat when he came in. A long stop for the 2-car Rusty Wallace.
The big gainer is going to be Jeff Gordon. They had a great pit stop.
Another team that had a good pit stop, and we got our guys checking right now. Kyle Petty come out in 3rd. I question maybe whether he changed 2 tires then or not.
Boy, I can't imagine anybody would take 2 at this point.
Dick Berggren.
Jeff Gordon had a nice clean pit stop. Nothing spectacular. It was a 15:48 stop. That's not among the very best that we will see today. But it was nice and clean. The car was a bit tight. They loosened it up with air pressure. And as always, Gordon moving forward to the front. Mike.
Next stick there is Gordon back out after pit stops up to 7th place. Now here is what put Rusty Wallace into that long pit stop. There goes Kurt Busch.
Well, let me tell you, when you see how close this thing gets to taking Rusty out, he can thank his lucky stars that this is all he had, a little scrape on the left rear. Watch this. Woo. I think it hit that thing right in the left rear tire.
from Rusty's onboard camera.
Oh, you hear it.
Oh,
That's
no question.
That's a hard hit. Harder than it looked.
So we're under caution for the 4th time for Kurt Busch. Rusty Wallace back on track. This is NASCAR on Fox.
I think I do.
You co-hold it.
I co-hold it.
Darrell won 7 in a row here at Bristol. Richard Petty won 7 in a row at Richmond.
Oh, the king. So I'm tied with the king. That ain't all bad.
That's not a bad thing.
Not all bad.
Now, Kevin Harvick pitted as they gave one to go. Steve Burns.
Mike, we know why. The 40 car of Sterling Marlin was pitted right in front of him. He had to back up on pit road. He backed up the same time Kevin Harvick was leaving. The left front fender pressed down on the tire. They had to bring him back in to pull the sheet metal off that left front tire.
So one of the things you don't want to have happen with a rookie driver is to get things like this going. As long as he can run a routine race, keep him calm, keep everything under control, he does an outstanding job. Now he's got to work to all this traffic, knows he's got a chance to go and lap down, puts a lot of pressure on that young boy.
The only car restarting behind Harvick is Jerry Nadeau, back on track after bringing out the first caution at lap 4. And we'll say hello to his car owner, Papa Joe Hendrick, who underwent surgery this week and recovering nicely in Charlotte.
One of my favorite people.
Yep.
Best guy, one of the nicest men in racing, and been around for a long time. And Papa Joe, I love you, man.
Just an update, Kyle Petty in the 45 car, his boys did change 4 tires for guys that hadn't done a lot of pit stops. That was a good stop for those guys.
They got him out what turns out it was 3rd, and now he's 2nd on this restart behind Marlin. We're back under green.
Got 2 Dodgers running 1st and 2nd here. And the pole sitter in hot pursuit.
Sterling Marlin gets about an 8 or 10 car lengths advantage, while Kyle Petty had to fight those lap cars of Bill Elliott and Robert Presley.
Are you reminding us that somebody up here picked Sterling?
It's a little early, though. It is Bristol.
I'm sure we'll get reminded.
And I'm sure broadcasters need to leave their feelings outside the racetrack, too.
Let me show you what happened to Harvick here in the pits a few minutes ago. Why he had to come back in. Had to give up the lead. Here he is right here. Watch what happens. Just about the time Sterling backed up, he clipped him. Bad timing.
The reason Sterling Marlin had to back up, Mark Martin pulled in his pits after Sterling, had him blocked in a little bit.
No fault of anybody's, just that's how tight it is in the pits.
See how small those pit boxes are. You're trying to get a car in there. Everybody's pitting.
Schrader, turn 2, got turned around, and he's in the fence.
Coming back down the racetrack, which is not something you want to have happen.
Jeff Burton got in the back of Brett Bodine and knocked the front end of his car in a little bit more than it was a while ago.
Ken Schrader, I think he had a little help. Got turned around and up in there into the turn 2 wall.
Well, when we get these, oh man, the Peanut Man, the M&M Man don't look so hot. He's feeling, I'm sure Schrader's feeling the same way.
Oh, crunch in the concrete, not in your hand.
He didn't look that way before he hit the wall.
Well,
this is turn 1 and 2. There you see Dale Earnhardt Jr. He moved up the racetrack a little bit, got into that left rear quarter panel, see Kenny Schrader turning around.
Boy, I just can't say it enough. You leave that bottom open just ever so slightly, half car length. Guy behind you gets that nose in there, around you go.
let's give it a listen here. And from the Miller Lite Cam on board Rusty Wallace. And from the Lowe's camera on board Mike Skinner.
He's in trouble because he's already up high, and whoa, he had to get it to the bottom. Good thing nobody was there. You don't want to go up. You do not want to push up in the corner here, buddy. If you drive in a little too hard and the car slides a little with you, the car gets in under you, and it's just not very forgiving.
Ken Schrader's car has gone to the garage where his team will try and effect repairs. We're under caution again at Bristol. A lap ago, and Sterling Marlin has streaked out with the lead. Sterling has led every race this year.
He's done everything but win a race this year. Sterling Marlin, and now Mark Martin, because he led in the beginning. He's the other driver that's led in every race. The other driver that led in the first 5 races was Jeff Gordon in the 24 car, who has not led today yet.
Let me tell you something I've been seeing pretty impressed. See that 5 car right there? He's up on the outside, and he's passed a lot of cars on the outside. First car I've seen that's really been able to do that, and there he is all over Dale Jarrett. Dale took the line away from him, but watch Terry go up on the outside going down into turn 1 here.
They're coming up on the lap car.